It is high. It is long. It is out of here. As you can see today, it is Jackie Robinson Day in the world of baseball and around the world. So we are going to go over, of course, 42, the biopic of Jackie Robinson. Yes, of course. Well, let's see. Personally, I really hope you already know this story because it's one of the best stories ever to be told. A black man in the 1940s playing baseball was unheard of until two men decided to shake things up in the world. These men were Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson. These men pushed the limits and went through hell and back. Robinson broke the color barrier in baseball in 1947 with the Brooklyn Dodgers and completely changed the league and the world forever as we know today. So why not make a movie out of it, right? So let's see. How was it? Drum roll, please. I loved it. It was fantastic every second. I did, however, have extremely high expectations with this film, but but they weren't met, and but I still love this film because I didn't see they didn't have what I was expecting a regular biopic film would have. What they did show was basically the film's timeline. It showed him from in the Negro Leagues with the Kansas City Monarchs to basically to the middle of his first season in 47 with the Dodgers, which is fine. In all honesty, it's not that bad of a timeline to use for a biopic, for the Robinson biopic. But in my opinion, I do wish they went through, his more through his life. I mean, with 2.5 hours, you can still fit Robinson's life, more of Robinson's life than is shown here. Being completely serious here, they didn't go through like I said, they didn't go through his childhood to give him sympathy, to give him the sympathy factor, even though that you really don't really need a sympathy factor here. And I did wish they showed more of Robinson's life, like I keep saying before. That's really all though. And in retrospect, this film was great. It had a very recognizable cast. I mean, and Mr. Indiana Jones himself, Harrison Ford, NCIS's Christopher Maloney. Recently, one of the Pretty Little Liar castmates, Ryan Merriman. He was in the first couple of seasons. New Adventures of Old Christine's Harnish Linklater. Scrubs' own John C. McKinley. When I saw him, I was just completely flabbergasted there. It was very funny to see him there. And of course, the main attraction here, Jackie Robinson, played by Chadwick Boseman. If you don't know him, that's completely okay. He was in Persons Unknown, a very short-lived NBC series, Castle, Fringe, and he was a regular on Lincoln Heights on ABC Family. So he's been around for a while, and he was great as Robinson. He gave him that fighting spirit that he had. But my favorite was when you saw him on base, because he did that large lead, getting ready to steal dance with the fingers dancing. It was absolutely fantastic to watch. I loved it. I love seeing that because it was almost as if I was watching Robinson right there. He showed the strength and the heart that Robinson had, which is what I loved about him, which everyone loves about him. And when I loved Ford as Branch Rickey. Now his interpretation was great. It was a little over the top though, and it was a little hard to understand, but great nonetheless. I really enjoyed this cast a lot. There are so many other people that I can't even mention because there's so many of them here. Which brings me to my favorite parts of the film. All the parts uh, when they were playing when they were playing the game, the baseball scenes. They were all just fantastic scenes. The crowds yelling, the and chanting. It felt like I was actually there. Now, unfortunately, I have to give you the bad news. There are problems with this film. Yes, I know. I wish there wasn't, but there was. There were a lot of jump scene cuts. There were these scenes that, for example, Branch, the man who signs Robinson, tells his associate to go to Kansas City to get Robinson for the team, and then within seconds, two, if I'm to be exact here, he's in Kansas City at the gas station. Either one, he has a freaking TARDIS on hand, or he stole a DeLorean from Doc Brown, because there's nowhere in the cosmos where you go from Brooklyn to Kansas City within 2 seconds. There are a lot of these scenes. There are a lot of these time jump scenes, and especially in the beginning, because in my opinion, I think that's they want to jump to the baseball season. They want to get to the action part of the season, which again is completely fine. But I'd rather have you do a 3 hour film showing, or 2.5 hour film showing that his life and how he had to go, how he had to come into the league, and to show his trials and tribulations. I'd rather have that than have jump cuts every few minutes, because it gets annoying after a while, and it kind of ticked me off after after a few scenes. Um, in baseball, there's a quote that I love to use. It's not just a number; it's the person who's wearing it who can make the difference. And what a difference Robinson made, especially for a man in his situation and in his era of time. He was the era he was in. He was the strongest man to ever play this game, and we miss and cherish that strength every time we see the number 42 played out. Every April 15th, which is today, they wear 42 in respect for this man, which I love wholeheartedly. I really do. Um, the this film, whoever, I highly recommend this film, and you probably saw that this coming from a mile away. I really highly recommend this film to anyone who's willing to listen and endure such an amazing and fantastic story of a man who, against all odds, came out to be a legend among men. So I implore you, please check out this film. I guarantee you'll love it. I do want to give a special shout out to his wife, Rachel Robinson, who started out an amazing organization in the Jackie Robinson Fund, or the JRF, if you probably know it. It provides a 4-year college scholarship to disadvantaged students of color, to ensure success in college, to develop to develop their potential in the world. It's a great organization. Please check out the website. It's right here on the bottom. Please check that out. Do whatever you can to help out. Also, if you could see right here, it's also Autism Awareness Month. That's why I'm wearing a puzzle piece for the whole month. So again, as well here, make sure you check that out. Go to the website right here again. Give what you can. Make sure if you want to know more about it, go to that site as well. Um, Again, I love this film. One of my favorite parts about this film was every time I walked out of that theater. Not every time, but there was one particular time that I saw this kid, a African American kid. He was crying in his mother's arms, and she asked him why, and it's because of Jackie and his hardship. It was very heartwarming to see that parents and grandparents are sending their kids to see this film, because it's such an amazing story, and I hope you do as well. As hope as it inspired me, as it hopefully it will inspire you to do what you can, to help out, who else is in need. I really love this film. I can't even express how much I can keep saying this, but I really did. I hope you go check this out. Um, we don't know, right? Yeah. Okay, we don't know what the next film's gonna be, Gare Baird. It could be Scary Movie, the next Scary Movie installment. It could be even Trance. Who really knows by this point? Just means you just have to stay tuned, guys. So stay tuned.